Joins me now from Brussels. Commissioner, thank you. Before we get to other matters, on this wider issue of getting unanimity on sanctioning Russian oil, never mind gas, the whole thing is threatening to break down into disagreement between, well, it already has broken down into disagreement with EU members that's making agreement impossible.
Well, Richard, I think we have to be very clear and very fair. We have been able to put in place extremely quickly, before everyone, by the way, before the US, sanctions, 5 packages on a row, totally unanimously, which is something quite exceptional. And we have been always very clear. We will continue. So it's very true that now we are entering into discussions of the next step. Next step will be oil. We are discussing it. It's true also that while increasing our sanctions, while also increasing our support to Ukraine, we will have to protect also our interest. So we are doing both things. But I think it will be unfair to say that we are divided. It is the opposite. It's true also that we have to take care of everyone. This is our job.
Well, I put it to you that, I mean, you are divided. Hungary has made it clear, the exact quote was from the Hungarian Prime Minister, that it would be like dropping an atomic bomb on the Hungarian economy, and he would not support this. Now, if you can't get agreement on oil, what happens when you even try to even look at gas?
It's true that today for oil, we are very close, but again, we did this. We are a continent, you know, like the US, and we have to take care of everyone. And it's true that we have 2 countries which are 100% dependent on oil, Russian oil. So we have to take care of them. In other words, if we apply these sanctions, we have also to propose alternative solutions to the one who need it. Mm-hmm. This is exactly what we are doing. This is why it's taking a little bit of time, but we are working on that in solidarity.
Right. We will turn to the digital market in 1 second. One question I do want to ask you, sir. The head of Volkswagen, VW, Herbert Diess, says he thinks we should stop this war, get back to negotiations. I think we should not give up on open markets. I think we should not give up on negotiating and trying to settle. Europe will suffer most, and Germany. I think it will be bad for the whole world. Do you think that you should get back to negotiations, that Ukraine and Russia should get back to negotiations?
Listen, there is a war here. And the war is a matter of states. It's not a matter of companies. I have been always very clear with every single ecosystem, industrial ecosystem and companies. We'll take care of what we have to take care of, but the war is a matter of the state, no one else. So it's true that today there is a war between Ukraine and Russia. For us, we are supporting again what is necessary for Ukraine, but we are not in the driving seat to finally negotiate between Russia and Ukraine.
Let's talk about the digital digital act, Services Act. Now, you and Elon Musk, this is a fascinating story. You and Elon Musk apparently agree on the way forward. How is this possible, bearing in mind he seems to want, if he succeeds, and I'll put the if in, if he succeeds in buying Twitter, he seems to want to allow it to be more open, with more, quote, freedom of speech. How do you square that circle with your requirements under the Digital Act?
Well, listen, we have been working, and I've been working on this regulation since day one. I'm a commissioner, in other words, 2.5 years. But before that, I was also working in the tech industry myself, so I know these matters pretty well, of course, by experience. And we didn't lose 1 second. We did it. We aligned 27 countries. We aligned our parliaments, and now we have a global regulation for what it is today, the biggest digital market of the world. I just remind you that it is 1.5 bigger than the US one in digital. And of course, it's very important that we explain these rules. These rules are based on 2 basic principles. First, the freedom of speech. This is absolutely critical to maintain, to continue to have the freedom of speech on our networks and on our platform operating in Europe. Second, to protect also our citizens. And in a nutshell, to say that everything which is authorized in the physical life, our day-to-day life, should be authorized on the platforms on the internet. But everything which is forbidden in physical life is forbidden. And you know what? This is exactly the philosophy that we discussed, Elon Musk and myself, 2 days ago in Austin, and he said that he is totally aligned with this principle and with the regulation we put in place, including the transparency of algorithm, which is part of our regulation, including the fact that for us in Europe, it will be impossible to ban someone like Twitter banned Donald Trump a year and a half ago, which was something that I criticized myself. It should not be in the hands of companies. It is now in the hands of a regulated environment. And I think he fully agreed, of course, with this principle.
And that's interesting because he did refer to the fact that he would lift the lifetime ban on Donald Trump. So, accepting that at some point it will come to, if the deal goes ahead, it will have to be reviewed by European regulators. So I accept that. But fundamentally, can you see a problem from your point of view? Can you see a problem with Elon Musk buying Twitter?
No, it's not my responsibility to see any shareholding problems for any companies. But it is my responsibility to make sure that any companies operating now in Europe will respect our rules. And by the way, this is an ex-ante regulation. In other words, if you want to benefit from the internal market, and we welcome everyone, of course, you just have to follow these rules. It's my job to make sure that these rules are fully understood by other platforms, name it, and they will do it. And by the way, if they don't do it, of course, we have to put sanctions. It could be up to 6% of the global revenues. And if they don't fulfill, it will be a ban. But of course, no one will take this risk. And again, they fully understand why we're doing this. And I believe that maybe some others may get some ideas to do this also elsewhere.
Commissioner, you've been kind and generous with your time tonight, and we've covered a lot of ground, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you, sir.